honestly, if I'm a Meepo, I literally don't care about any.
No, this is an insane game.
But he's clicked on more Meepo right now, Lizard, not codependent.
I feel like you still don't care.
Okay.
Like, looking at Xtreme, they need to outplay them, they need to play the tempo, they need to win the map, and I feel like that's why the Doom pick.
Prime attributes for clones factor from 0.85 to 0.9, so a little bit of a buff. His base armor has been decreased in 739. Ame is very dead here. Let's see who gets it. KJ, not sure if they wanted to give last hit to KJ, but they did somehow.
XXS is able to escape, but Cold Feet coming in with the Earthbind of the Meepo can make things pretty rough, and Schofield dying to Ame. So now he's changed what happened.
Very bad matchup for Darkseer as well. You're not going to be getting the value out of Surge. Creating Meepo clone is also not like the most insane thing to do. Poloson looks like he's in trouble. Ooh, those cogs actually puts him in. Very nicely done by Schofield.
Some body blocks into a call, and Whisper doesn't have a lot of health, but the battery assault and the body blocks with the call all locking up Ame while he's got the battle hunger on him, and Whisper's got a double kill. I don't think that they were really expecting that when they pushed it up, and Poloson comes back into the lane, but Whisper's gone south. This is
like
Whisper
he wants to deny himself.
Sacking to the tower, but KJ, meanwhile, getting a kill onto XXS. Ame actually gets credit for advantage when he ball lightnings and vortexes over, maybe to help Ame over bottom, but they have set up with KJ coming towards mid. It's a bit early for that 6-minute power rune. Poloson's even going to rotate on this and block KJ from leaving with that sprout. Cold Feet, he'll freeze over, and Analog just won't dive the lane, and bit of a surprise. Both these teams at 2-2, so there's been some struggles on the road here. They're going to go for Yuma. They drop down this wall, and Yuma caught. They've got the Vortex. They have the extra control to take out this Meepo, and something that they desperately need to do. Meepo, one of those heroes that can farm very quickly, very early.
The one that is controlling the tempo of the game with the Aegis. XM doesn't have much mana to work with. Does have Soul Ring, though. King Jungle's only level 4 here.
Analog looking for the Wukong's Boundless Strike on a 2. They will find XM and get a kill there onto the Storm Spirit with Yuma coming back into the mix. Heroic will get one right back, and it's more gold for the Meepo. Ooh, finding another. They do not get the cogs around the Shadow Shaman. Analog still here, has the help from Yuma. They'll have Chilling Touch, and everybody in to get this kill. They'll take a second, and it's KJ getting another kill under his belt. 3 minutes faster on that Blade Mail. Phase Blade Mail going blink. Ice Blast, and that's set up with the cogs. This is an easy one on XXS. That's the combo. Definitely feels like a toss.
Yeah, because we don't know. We haven't seen Meepo in such a long time that Gaimin decided to be like, you know what, we're just going to say 50-50 at this moment. Meepo is going to get pretty much a solo kill. Rocket did hit him, scout him out.
And they've smoked towards bottom. They show Yuma, they kind of make you feel comfortable over on the other side of the map, but at the same time, Ame now getting chased, pops that Scorched Earth. Balance Strike connects. That means Hookshot and Ice Blast are ready to go. And that's how easy it is for Heroic. Nothing has really been put together well for the side of Xtreme, and this is Heroic putting everything that they have. Will Heroic have anything if they have no Ice Blast, no Hookshot, and they've already blink called?
Oh, they got a big one.
Again, Ame is gonna get caught. Boundless Strike, they don't even use the Ice Blast, and Doom's dead again.
Xtreme Gaming will try to make something happen on different sides of the map. Maybe lose one hero, but also try to get to the next items. Because I see Darkseer, he is having his pipe being delivered. They also want to sell this Midas, get to the Radiance as soon as possible. Try to delay the game pretty much, knowing that Doom is such an insane hero in the late game, and so is Storm Spirit, and these are the type of kills that they need to get.
Whisper's dead. Cold Feet on Polosin. Ice Blast comes through, misses on XM. But they got a 2 for 2 so far if you include Ame. And this is, you know, without the initial jumps, a way that Xtreme can come back into the game.
Oh, Rocket also missed. Oh my god, he was so close. Missed by an inch, basically.
GQ caught. XXS is here. Not really much you can do unless they want to fight, but Whisper's also shown up. Cold feet. Xingqiu not exactly going to die back quick, so they do have an opportunity to kind of come back in there. Already got the kill to Schofield, the blink into the call. XXS is in trouble with that Ice Blast landing, and Pelosin's also dead, so they stayed. They chose to fight, and they lose 3-4 on the side of Xtreme. But it is kind of giving those vibes that maybe Heroic should have anticipated going for more, throwing some of these Earthbinds out there and not really finding a target. Xingqiu now thinking about turning around. They've got the Hex, the Wrath of Nature with the balance strike with the shard. He'll jump out of the Shadow Shaman, who sprouted himself. They've got the call. They lose 2. Schofield's dead to start, but the Ice Blast lands on XXS. They go to the Wukong's command. They'll get themselves another. KJ dies to XXS, and the BKB's been popped by Ame. Infernal Blade onto Whisper doing some decent damage. He's got the Lotus Orb, but the chase is on. They'll look for this kill onto the Axe. They get it. Infernal Blade. Yuma in trouble. They hit the Hex. That's from the Shadow Shaman and bought back into the fight. They'll get that kill onto the Meepo.
Pelosin also bought back here for Xtreme. He does have 4 Meepos at the moment. It is an insane amount of damage.
There's 4 Meepos. He wasn't handed experience on the Doom.
Oh
Look
my
at
God,
the
they
damage
waited
coming
for
in.
him.
Oh boy. KJ, Whisper, Schofield, Yuma all fall by the wayside for Ame.
And also something to point out, Nature's Prophet does deal insane amount of damage with this Aghanim Scepter. He did have Searing Signet, and now he removed it because Searing Signet, the patch that did drop yesterday, you don't deal damage if you're more than 2k range away. Big
The vacuum into the wall. They got Whisper, and they're going to get Schofield. Looked like it was going to be worth a little bit more to them, but the Mega Meepo and the leave from Yuma and KJ nowhere close. 17 health, survives, Ball Lightning, avoids the Rocket Flare. Like, that could have been very game-changing. Infernal Blade, the chase for Yuma is on. But the setup is there, the vacuum into the wall once more with Cogs down. They'll go to the BKB, they'll use the Doom, it's onto the Ancient Apparition, and now they've got themselves a Sprout. They'll find themselves KJ, they'll look over at Analog, Whispers in with the blink as well as the call. Xingqiu in trouble, he gets dunked, that's a 1-for-1 so far. The damage on Ame, another dunk comes in, the Wukong's command. Heroic kind of pulling away with it as they take out Pelosi, and XM needs to leave, but XXS with the BKB of his own is now on the run. The chase is there,
ready.
and he needs to find a way out. Cogs from Schofield, XM back, he doesn't have a lot of mana, but they go and throw the Nullifier onto him from Analog, and they get the kill to the Storm Spirit.
Oh, I'm not sure about this Doom. Doom has been used. It allows you to siege the high ground, allows you to take very easy fights. I think he needs to do Monkey King, and there's no other option for Doom.
Nearby, XXS going in, blink call already going to stop them. They got this call on XXS, but they killed Yuma so quickly, it's not even going to matter. They'll try to TP out. The rest of these heroes will leave, but immediately onto Yuma.
It allows you to deal insane amount of damage with Alpha Wolf, basically giving full Vlads to the team. And also with the Harpoon build, you don't necessarily need to keep a neutral creep that can proc the Lincoln, so at least you have something with that as well. And also with the double hit, like you being the highest level or higher level than them, allows you to deal extra 25% of the damage. Xingqiu.
Oh, look at this 4-man vortex into the vacuum.
He basically solo killed him.
Oh my God! XM, no fear, straight up. Gets 3. Oh dear, it fell apart for Heroic quickly. And all off the back of XM with the Ball Lightning AoE Vortex.
That just might be it. That might just be it. 30 seconds, no Monkey King, no buy. He did invest all of his gold into this refresher some time ago. And they have more than enough damage. Alpha Wolf Aura.
The jump in from Yuma. Ice Blast thinking about it. XM though, he's on the back end and they'll throw that Doom out. They've got the Vortex. Yuma's gonna die, has buyback, gonna be forced to use it. They'll go to the blink as well as the call. They've got the gold feed into the hook shot. XM, he's got an Aegis though. You kill him once, now you gotta kill him twice. They'll look for XXS, the wall is down. They'll take out the Darkseer, but XM, he's gonna have this BKB. He's got the Vortex on everybody again. He'll look over as Whisper dies, AJ's gone, Yuma's in the Mega Meepo. But what do you have? What is left? Analog with the Wukong's command, the balance strike that lands on Ame, but Ame is not who you have to worry about. It does feel like it's XM, and with these Serpent Wards, they'll secure the Mega Creeps. As Xtreme Gaming, they'll lose Pelosin, but the rest are on the run.
We've seen teams get some really good Mega Creep comebacks. Trying to wrap If they can find Meepo, any of these heroes who don't have buyback available, they are inside of the base.
They jump in and jetpack attempt. They'll Earthbind Ame, but no clockwork for 70 seconds. The Wukong's, the Doom comes through onto Analog. And Ame's going to be able to get out of the circle. The ball lightning over, looking over at Whisper with the BKB as well as the Blade Mail. Doom will eventually take out Analog with the help of Jinkyu. And the Vortex, it'll pull Whisper in. They'll buy back on Analog. They'll buy back onto him. But they'll go and refresh. They've got themselves the Vortex. He gets into the Mega Meepo, and nobody dead on the side of Xtreme Gaming. But Jinkyu standing there. Call hits. They've got the taunt onto both XM as well as Jinkyu. They've got the poofs hitting. They'll try for the Culling Blade, but Jinkyu's going to survive, but XM won't. They take him out now. The final finish off the Shadow Shaman, but down goes KJ.
XM.
And the game is just over as the throne explodes, and Xtreme Gaming take game number 1.
You know, they kind of tried, like Schofield went for Lotus Orb, Glimmer, you know. These are like pseudo aura items. They're not really good with a Meepo. And I gotta say, like, shout outs to Ame. He was hitting the Doom. Other than in that one fight against Ancient Apparition where he used the Doom, that looked very silly.
Let's wait and see the matchup. I feel like Slardar is maybe a bit underrated even into these crazy matchups because he can just dish out a ton of damage as well.
He just
can
hangs
creep
out in
skip
the
as
river.
well, by the way.
Guardian sprint to try to run away. You do have also leg day, so you move pretty quickly. And you can also maybe pick up both of the water runes.
Ame is under the tower and
Ame's
looking
dead.
very dead, but Whisper, he needs another shot. He'll hit the shockwave, and that'll be first blood for this Magnus. Must have ended up under the tower with that shockwave skewer. And Pelosin not going to be able to pick up this Lotus either.
You get the free cast in a lane like this. 2 points in Shackle. It heals you for 140, deals 140 damage at level 2. Whisper, let's see if he can get the skewer back.
He wants it, and he hits both heroes. Blood Grenade, Ame might just be dead again. Whisper chasing, but do they have the raises to turn around onto Whisper? They do.
Nice
That
done.
is confidence from this Shadow Shaman, or from this Shadow Fiend.
They need to let those raises. As soon as they start to play aggressive, like one raise needs to hit instantly.
Schofield looks like he's just going to wrap around and shackle. That's exactly what he's going to do. And then they try to set up, but instead now you could just focus this Naga Siren who almost walks forward to say, hey, look at me. A little bit surprising. Well, they were still able to get on the kill. Maybe they should have had one more over, though, from Xtreme, knowing that these heroes were coming in. Nobody really rotating to that. Whisper's level 6. They go to the RP. Gonna need some help from Jinkyu, who is not able to do enough to save XM. 4 heroes have shown up over mid. They land the sweep of the Shadow Demon, and this is a dead Shadow Demon again.
Very good moves from Heroic. Trying to go for enemy XP rune, they get a kill. Even Whisper decides to make a move to the mid lane.
It's really good from Heroic so far, and they're going to move and look for more. They've moved around the map really well. That 4-man gank, and now this gank over in the top lane looking for Pelosin. They've got the skewer, and they don't even need Yuma. It's dominating for Analog, who's played real well off a mid lane victory. Right now, XM's backing away with
Could be an okay fight.
getting himself more health and mana.
Ame would definitely love to be level 12 in this engagement.
Next, RP and Serpent Ward stacked up, but Song
Ame's
immediately
TPing.
out.
I don't think he's going to be able to get the Requiem off of that song. It's a bit too late, but the Rolling Thunder
Maybe
is
off the
there.
side. They go to the Rolling Thunder, and it's a focus and attention on Analog. Earth Splitter comes in. There's the Requiem. They get the Fear on it, too. Analog and
fight for
Schofield
Xtreme.
are dead. They look for the Magnus, who gets into the trees, and that's a good fight. Pavis will help the survivability for this team. That's
Problem
picked
is
up by Pelosin.
They don't have the entrances. They didn't
Link,
kill
Crush.
towers yet.
And the Rolling Thunder finding Whisper, who will use that skewer, but he's netted up and dead. They'll channel the Shackle, but the Laguna Blade comes out, and they've just not got the follow-up. Balance Strike, though, I say they don't have the follow-up.
They want
Immediately
Monkey.
stop, sleep on sleep. They've been given some melatonin, they're tired, but now, as they've been woken up, XM, he's dead, Ame's on the run, he's inside the Wukong's
Boundless
command,
in a
the Blink into
second.
the RP, they should have the Shadow Fiend and will. XXS needs to run with a Swashbuckle, but the Balance Strike short off the mark, he's able to blink away.
We'll give him more maneuverability in a fight. Maybe he's going to be able to run away. We'll definitely save him in the previous fight.
Pelosin, ooh, Balance Strike. But RP Ame, he's gonna Requiem. That hits the 2 heroes going for Pelosin. Backup is coming for both teams. Blink, Crush, BKB. Is the damage for Ame enough? It is. They get that kill. The ult from the Shadow Demon helping out. And Analog was in confidently with BKB. Oh, Horn Toss in the middle of a shield crash. Now they've got the Shackle, but realizing they
XM
can't
is
commit to
chasing.
this.
Blink is ready.
Lina is not even
They want the
TPing.
big
They
one.
are not coming over for him, and they will find this Shadow Shaman. Schofield's gonna die. They'll be able to farm some Serpent Wards, and they'll also be able to push the tower.
With his innate ability, sorry, not innate, Shadow Servant facet, it does allow them to create the illusion, so he is scouting things out. They just killed off Shadow Shaman. A little surprised that they don't commit with like one extra hero.
Balance Strike BKB, but Analog, you're coming in now. The Wukong
He got
says, that's Aegis, he got it. Surrounded by a couple of heroes inside the Wukong. XXS, he's stuck. Oh, XXS. RP used on the 2. LSA follows it up. Serpent Wards are there. Pelosin is dead, and so is Jinkyu. It all falls apart for Xtreme as they were the ones going for Rosh. Potential high ground push now. They took that mid tier 2, pressured tier 3 for a second, came over top, Tormentor into that, and now look for the Rolling Thunder. They'll jump into the backlines, but the BKB's been popped by Yuma. Ame with BKB, but they've left XXS out
XXS
alone.
is dead again.
Earth Splitter
Lina
landed, and Lina doing the damage. XXS is gone, no buyback.
They can't really, I mean, Slardar was not in. They were not on the same page. Not sure where XM was, but XXS decided to make the jump, go for that play.
Toss saw
Immediately.
Ame.
And they release it. There is RP ready.
Requiem and looking for the Lina. That's a good kill for them on the side of Xtreme to get Yuma. But do they have enough? Sleep landing again on Ame. Whisper's already dead. They'll go for this Shadow Shaman.
His ground.
Schofield's gone. Analog on the run. He's got 2 lives, but they might be able to just take them both away. They looked for the sleep. They'll look over at Ame. KJ doing some decent damage, but gets ripped apart by the help of Pelosin with this Shadow Fiend. And now Analog, he's going to die again. It's
so
a full
quickly.
team wipe for the side of Xtreme.
This is basically 4 versus 5. 8 fitty, pretty much. And you do have enough mana pool with mana boots, so you can also use it once you refresh it.
Math checks out. Blink, Slithering Crush, and Whisper is dispatched quickly.
No
and
buyback on him.
Committed the TP. Yuma now needs to run, but Schofield comes in. He's got the Hex, and now they'll use this song once more.
They're ready to go in.
In the Lina,
Ame,
and that is
pull
the
it off
target.
again.
Requiem thrown
Yes,
out
they
by
can.
the KB is going to be in time, at least for Yuma. They'll think about getting these bashes. They need to be careful about the right clicks coming through. The Earth Splitter comes in and rips up Pelosi, who's going to end up dying, but Ame going for the kill. He's under the tier 4
got the
tower,
crit.
but this time it will work out. Tournament's not called the International, so diving the tier 4s is not so dangerous for Ame and the rest of the crew. As they'll go after XM, they'll finish off the Slardar, they'll buy back out of the Elder Titan and Analog.
Ame,
can he
Mike in
get?
2 seconds.
XXS is here for some help. Jinkyu also here. But do they want to go for this on Heroic? They bought back. They won't get anything on the retreat from Xtreme.
They know something is up. You see all of these illusions pushing out the mid lane, pushing out the bottom lane.
Smoke used, and now this is going to be a surprise fight, but
XXS is
smoke
not
blink,
there.
horn toss. Ooh, XM caught out and away from his team. The BKB, the Slither Crusher, thinking about the RP, but the song from a distance. Pelosin, he actually saves XM another good sleep, but XM's going to miss the blink. Slither Crush trying to go back in. They go to the Wukong's command. They've got themselves the RP. Another song coming through, sleeping up the side of Heroic. They buy back on Schofield immediately as Yuma's going to be inside this Wukong's, but it's not enough protection from him because they are hitting away. XM gets the kill into Yuma as well as KJ. They'll try to jump for some distance as Schofield and Whisper need to get away from XXS. He hits that swashbuckle, but Schofield's got that Shadow Blade. Invisibility at this point seems like invincibility, but Xtreme, they come out ahead.
Like they try to initiate onto Slardar, but he does have that status resistance in the river, and then I guess it messes with Shadow Shaman because he wants to use his shackle. He wants to use
toss. Buyback.
Ame, this is big. Look at the range with the
tier
shard.
4s. There's a Laguna Blade, but he's
Panic.
got himself the Satanic trying to heal up, and the right click damage coming out from Yuma might be too much for him to handle. They've got
Back
the
to
Guardian
full
Greaves. They
HP
have a little
almost.
bit of a heal.
Nice LSA.
LSA connects, disruption from Jinkyu, Whisper with the skewer, he's right on the money, and Ame's still alive,
just
still
killed
trying
himself.
to fight. Bella strike out onto Ame, but this guy will finally die. It cost them analog, it cost them everything, but Ame is dead. I don't know if they could hold on with just the Magnus. Nobody has buyback.
But who will be the hero for Heroic? It's the horn toss into the skewer, but again, the balance strike, it connects. XM, he'll lose
got him
that
once.
Aegis. Can they get him again? Song, onto
Right here
everyone.
on Lina. Courier is delivering it. Let's see.
Not good. TP'd away. Boundless strike comes in. Lina's gonna have a chance. XM's gonna die a second time. Naga Siren left. Naga Siren went back home. And then XM and Jinkyu are dead for it. And they have to bail.
We've seen this way too many times. Schofield got it with that Shadow Blade. Ame has buyback available. XXS trying to help.
Thunder though. Ethereal healing up. Ame trying to fight Yuma. Analog's here for some help.
Refreshers
But
in the
Divine
backpack.
Rapier is not helping as they'll finally get some help from Whisper as well as KJ. They'll take out Ame. They lose Whisper Schofield, and this is going to at least be a little bit of a victory right now for Heroic. XXS on the run, maybe trying to pick up an illusion rune. He'll do so, but I don't know how much that's going to help him get out of this one. You look at the damage, and it's overwhelming. Extreme, they lose 4.
Oh, Ame didn't swap in his refresher. Maybe he could have changed.
Farming up a lot, getting that gold. Monkey King, he's got a lot, and they found this Naga Siren. Pelosin,
Can he blink
he
out?
is dead.
No, lost the gem.
Uh-oh, and now that is your opportunity maybe to... I mean, Rosh is soon.
Full wraparound. But Roshan's gonna die. Roshan's dying to pretty much snakes at this time.
Yeah. They take 3 hits. Boundless strike that lands on XM. He pops that BKB immediately. He gets the bash out. It's going to be
They
on a
got
Whisper from
Mag.
the Rolling Thunder. They get the kill to the Magnus. He'll buy back. Slither Kush comes in.
Yuma
but
got
it's
it.
Aegis on Yuma. BKB thinking about the Wukongs. Now
Yuma's
look for
fighting.
Yuma. Heroic, they have a chance. Creeps aren't pushing into the base just yet. Wukongs is used. They get under the circle on the side of Xtreme. They'll start to pick up the rest of these items. Schofield gets himself the cheese, but they may have cost him his life. They'll song up Pelosi. They'll look for the Earth Splitter. RP! RP from Whisper! The balance strike! Oh, Ame's dead! He's got 99! He's got buyback. Creeps are into the base. They
creeps
take
in the
the tier
base.
4. You need to be careful. You need to look for your base. You've got a glyph, guys. You've got a glyph. Yuma trying to hit away at XXS. They need to retreat back to the base, and that's exactly where Monkey King is going.
XM's
as they
also
take
down.
out XM.
Oh man, what a fight from Heroic.
Schofield's still here. He's shadow weighted. He wants a chance to get somebody else. Really?
They have
be
a
true.
banner. They have double Shadow Shaman wards, and they want to end this game. I think they go for tier 3 tower here and immediately onto the tier 4s.
Rolling Thunder.
He blinked in. Schofield,
Ooh,
he got
Schofield
caught.
went deep. He wanted for...
No buy.
What? He wanted to drop down the Serpent Wards onto the tier 4 towers. Maybe they were just going to go through the base. Schofield, such big impact in this game. 0-11 and 15, though. That you wouldn't know it by the KDA, but he has made some big plays happen, especially
the last one.
And Analog caught, broken, chased, and dead. 100 seconds. He's got buyback. They'll probably be able to force it.
Slardar in the late game is an insane hero. He has insane amount of status resistance with SNY, with his Aghanim Scepter. He can also still grow pretty heavily. He can eat that Ags.
Horn toss, skewer, XM away from his team, and the damage is overwhelming, but they hit the song. Can they get the kill here out of the lead? The LSA is going to land. The song's still into Schofield. He's going for the Requiem. That lands. RP comes through, but it's not going to be the perfect spot.
It was a nice
Whisper
fight.
now thinking about another RP. On the other side, they've got the Wukongs. Again, the circle just not connecting with these extreme heroes.
He bashed Magnus.
Nullifier, Schofield, he's in trouble, dead without buyback. A Whisper needs to leave, but another song. Pelosin, he's got to charge a mission. He's into the second set of this concert, looking to lock him up.
Lena,
but
she's fighting on the
Xtreme
high ground
now,
from the
can
low
they
ground.
take this opportunity to finish the game? They've got some creeps inside the base. Yuma from the low ground. Beyonce, XM right into the face of this Lena. RP comes out from Whisper again. They've got the refresher from Schofield. They kill off Ame. He's got the buyback, but Yuma ends up dying. The Divine Rapier's on the deck to kill off Whisper. A TP out from the Elder Titan as they focus their attention on XXS. They've got the glyph. The swashbuckle, they have the glyph, they'll survive. The disruption just keeps XXS alive.
Dead.
Yuma's dead another time. 2 minutes gone. Analog trying to hold on. There's a Divine Rapier on XM. Analog running away from this Xtreme Gaming side, but the creeps are inside the base. It's just the Elder Titan. Analog is dead, and it's all come apart here for Heroic as Xtreme. The creeps will probably do the job for them, but they've got everybody up.
They're ready to close it out. They have no glyph, and they're gonna call it.
GG called Xtreme. 61 minutes in. Almost let it fall through their fingers, but they take the 2-0 over Heroic.
Ahmed did a lot. That Hurricane Pike onto Magnus so that he doesn't get RP'd. There were some really clutch plays.
Shadow Demon Naga, like 2 best saving and resetting heroes in the game, hands down. You go in with RP, there's a song. You go in with RP or anything else, there's a disruption from SD.